So I wanted to share a story with you guys, a personal story of a time that I got coached. And I thought it would be helpful for you to get an example of what it's like to experience a coach on a minimal level of just a basic conversation and how it impacted my life. Now, coaching is a detailed format that most coaches go through. It's just like if you're with a fitness coach or you're with a health coach. There's a process that they go through, there's questions that they ask, but there's also action items and there's also strategic planning and assessments and other different components to coaching. But for the sake of this video, I'm only going to talk about one facet of it, and that's just the main conversation of the one session that I had with a friend of mine. So this is the story. So I was talking to a friend, catching up with her. She lives in a different state than me. And we were just catching up and just talking about life. And I hadn't talked to her in a while and really haven't given her any updates about what was going on in my life currently. And so she asked me this particular question. She says, how is so-and-so? What's going on with that? Like, how's that relationship going? Are you thriving? Like, just what's going on? And so I was like, oh, girl, like, whatever. I thought I told you what's been happening. She was like, no. So tell me. So I started explaining to her some of my discomfort and some of the things that I was kind of wrestling with for the last 3 weeks and just wasn't even thinking about just shooting a breeze with my girlfriend. That's really what was happening. And then I kind of breezed through it and kind of gave her some bullet points to summarize what was happening. And usually when I'm in the middle of a processing season about something or a relationship, I don't really talk much about it. And when people ask me about it, like my friends in my community, I just kind of just give them the overview because I really don't know what I feel about it. I really don't know what I believe. I really don't. It's not that I don't want to share. It's just what I'm sharing is all feeling, and most of it is probably crap, to be honest. So until I get to the place, I'm more logical than I am emotional. So until I can get to the place of being completely out of my emotions, not completely, but a good, healthy place out of my emotions, and that they're indicators and that my feelings are not a place that I make decisions from, then I just kind of just breeze through it until I'm out of the season. Now, once I'm done with the season, then we can completely hash out the details and all the foolery that happened. So, and she knows this about me. So she's asking me questions, and to preface, my friend is a fitness coach as well as she's an emotional coach. So when I forgot about that. I wasn't even thinking about her calling, her purpose, and the giftings that she walks in. I was just having a conversation with my girlfriend. And when she started asking me questions, she's like, hold on. We're not going to breeze through this. I have some questions. I need you to clarify some things. So I was like, fine, like whatever, ask me. And you could ask me anything and I'll be really honest to what I know in that moment. And she's like, so you said this, but do you mean this? I was like, no, I don't mean that. I mean this. She's like, okay, do you mind? Do you mind if we take some time to just kind of dig through that a little bit? Because I just really want to understand where you're coming from and really see how I can support you. And you would have thought, as a coach myself, that I would have been alerted that she was about to, I'm now transitioning into a coaching session with her. Didn't even dawn on me. And I'm just like, oh, whatever. And we're talking, and she's like, so here's my question about this, here's my question about that, blah, blah, blah. And next thing you know, I'm frustrated because I don't really know the things that I was saying or believing in my heart was not really what I believed, or at least in my mind, I should say. What I was saying and what I was thinking was not matching up what was going on in my heart. And so that's where the confusion and the communication was off when I was trying to explain this to her. So as she kept digging and we kept flushing it out, well, a few minutes later, I'm like bawling, like floodgates wide open, and I am done. And she's like, okay, what's happening? Tell me what's happening. And I started explaining to her, and I was like, I didn't even know I was believing lies. I didn't even know what I really was thinking about that thing. And I've been wrestling with this thing for 3 weeks and still not getting any movement. And I just could have just frustrated. She's like, okay, but why are you frustrated? Like, really? You get it. You have it now. You have the information now. So what are you going to do with that information? I don't know. I don't know. But in the same time that I'm talking to her, I have feel this level of relief that I'm really getting clarity on what I believe about what I'm saying. Also to not feeling like so much stuck like I was before. And so it was really great for me to have this conversation with her. And I knew it wasn't over, but like in 45 minutes to an hour into this conversation, I was getting freedom, and I didn't even know that I needed it. We switch subjects, we go into a different conversation, and in that conversation about her, I'm bawling and stuff with her too. And as I'm bawling with her, things are just getting more and more clear. And I'm just emotionally spent from this conversation. Some people know this. I'm a high introvert, not a high, but a moderate one. And so being emotionally going through a lot of emotions depletes me really, really quickly. So I was done. So 3 hours later on this conversation with this girl, it was a great time of communion, but I had to go and I needed some time to regroup. So I knew that from this conversation with her about the topic that was on me, that I wasn't done. Like I wasn't done processing what was happening, but it was a good start. Like it really was a clearing that was happening. So I had this couple days later, had a separate conversation with someone else, with my sister, and brought further clarity into that thing. By the next 24 hours, I promise you, I woke up refreshed. I woke up relieved. I felt like a weight had lifted off of me because I finally was able to move from a place of bondage, if you will, believing some lies, living in fear, living in the unknown, and not understanding really what's happening, to moving to a place of freedom in just a matter of days, of something that I had been holding that I didn't even know that I've been holding for years. Like I thought it was like a year, maybe a year or whatever, but it was years. And I had prayed about it, and this is what the Lord had showed me, and I felt so relieved. Like there was literally a miracle happened. I moved from a place of fear to a place of love for this person in this relationship with them, to see them with new eyes, like the scales fell off my eyes, and I was able to have a level of grace and mercy for them that I did not have previously. Like I literally did not have. I was complaining and had a place of really building to bitterness in my heart. And I couldn't understand why. Like it was just so frustrating. And I had a couple frustrating relationships that was going on at the same time. But this emotional coach, this friend of mine, literally took me from a place of fear, like I said, to a place of love, not only for them, but for myself. Like I was able to receive love as well, too, in another measure. And that is just one of the ways that a coach helps. Like she knew instinctively, intuitively, that there were some lies that were there, that I was not free. And I needed some help getting free. And she took the time to walk it out with me and to support me and to lend her strength to me and to really speak truth into me and to help me reframe some things that I really didn't even know I wasn't reframing correctly. Like it really was keeping me so bound that I couldn't go to the next move. I couldn't make a really informed, logical, healthy decision for my life with this relationship because I was so seeing it with a clouded lens. You ever wear glasses? Like I wear glasses, obviously, and they have all these specks on it, and you're seeing through it, and the perception's a little off, but you still deal with it because it's dirty. You don't feel like being bothered washing your glasses. Imagine having a place in your life where in your mindset, in your heart, in your soul, in your spirit, maybe, that is so clouded that you can't even see through it. No windshield wiper is going to help you. No taking off the glasses and wiping it. It's like having butter on your glasses, and then it's just smearing. And the more you keep trying to see through the specks, it's just getting more clouded and clouded and clouded. And that's how it felt in this situation for me. Fear was allowing me to be more clouded in this one particular area of my life. And I didn't even know it. But once I got free, from that day to this, I have not had any issues in this area. Now, do I have maybe some other challenges as a human being? Absolutely. Well, there's places of that I need to get free from. But I naturally live a lifestyle of healthy freedom in the majority of my life, and that's just been through years of personal development, years of being loved well, years of getting free from bondage and breaking chains in my life. And I'm just so thankful. And this was another area that needed to be dealt with. So I hope this personal story helps you, and it's just something that I really wanted to share with you and give you a little bit of example of what it's like to be in an intuitive conversation with someone. It's not just having a friend hear you and vent to them. It's more than that. It actually is something that where you're supporting the person and you're digging deeper and you're creating a safe space for them to actually be completely real, not only with you, but with themselves. Because really, this is about their work. This is about them seeing themselves from a different lens and them having it, not going back to it and having a sustainable life in this area. And realizing that freedom comes at a cost. There's an investment in freedom. And freedom is not just, I think differently, so everything's different. That's a start because every action begins with a thought. And so at the end of the day, you as a human being, we all need people in our lives that's going to help us accelerate the process of freedom and help us get to from point A to point B, because we can't do it on our own. If you're going to run, for example, if you're going to run a marathon, you've never ran one before, you probably will hire a coach for running, or not even a marathon, let's say a triathlon, for running, for swimming, for biking, and not just train on your own. You'll get some program to help you with that. And that's what a coach does. They help you streamline and bring expertise and strategy and support, especially, and help you through powerful conversations and accountability to get you from point A to point B for a limited amount of time. Some coaches, there's a variety of coaches out there, and some coaches go month to month, some coaches go for weeks, some coaches go 1 or 2 sessions. It just depends. And so you have to find the right coach that works for you and not just choose any coach. You guys have to be a match. It's a partnership between 2 people. You both are choosing each other. It's not just something that you just do and you just pick somebody off the internet, or you just pick somebody by reference, which you can. But if you're really going to invest in your breakthrough and really get the sustainability that you deserve and that you desire, and really fulfill the dreams that you want, you have to find a coach that really matches your heartbeat, that really speaks your language, that really can support you the way that you need to be supported, that really can train you for the next stage of your life. And so I hope this is really helpful for you. And if you guys need anything, I would love to book a free 45-minute discovery call with me, so we can discuss and get some clarity on some things in your life. So hit me up on my website, Lori, Lori, Atale, ATALE.com. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.